conditional formatting. So the main key in the level 1 is the use of shortcut keys and conditional formatting. And then you go to the second part in the level 1, also the use of charts. So we have the use of charts, sorting and filter. We have filter functions, advanced filter, sorting, subtotal. We have the reference and this one. So you also need to cover that. And then we have the dates format. We have extracting date, month, year from the date range, and also extracting dates, month, year from a date using the text formulas. Also extracting the month, end of the month from the date formula. So we are going to, that's what we're going to cover in level 1, which probably maybe two lessons or 1 lesson. And then from there now we go to the level 2, which we're going to use the logical functions. Ifs, nested statement, we have if and or functions. We have the text formulas. We have concatenate. This one, if you want to join two text into one, we'll be using that concatenate. Find and replace, you also have it here, left, right, mid, and dream. So also you're going to see how we apply this one in this text. So you find that in my course outline I've separated, but when it comes to the application, and then you have to remember all these concepts when you get a case study or you are working on certain data, that you have to remember all of it once. So we have the upper and proper. We have the lookup formulas, which these one tuko na VLOOKUP na HLOOKUP na tuko na XLOOKUP. So you have also to know all of them. It depends. They give you the same results, but now it depends. Which one do you really love using it, or which one is simple for you? Then you have the index and match, some product, some and if function. Then lastly, we have the data analysis, and we have load modeling. So it's a quite a long course outlined which you need to cover. So maybe we can start with the first level, the extensive use of shortcut keys. So I will just open any data. Even if you have your data also there, you can just open any data so that we can choose for formatting. Let me use this. So I have a simple data here. So if you have this data and then you want to do some formatting, which formulas, shortcut keys are we going to apply? We have a lot of shortcut keys. Like for example, this data, we don't know whether it is going up to which number of data, but even though we have small range of data, unaona inafika 42. So which shortcut keys can we use in Excel to select the entire data without scrolling or without selecting this one? So in Excel, you can select the first one. So when it is active, you press Control. So you'll have to press, let me write to you, Control plus the shift plus the page down plus the page down. So if you do that, you will select your data downwards. So for example, I select the first one and then click Control Shift Page Down. I'll be able to select my data, even if I have more than 2000 data, and then it will be able to select for me that one. So that is how to use the Control Shift Page Down to select the data. So it's quite more useful, that function, most of the time for accounting. And then so ukiangalia this data, if you try to print control plus B for print, like control B, you realize our data is not in a good arrangement or good appearance. Aina borders, in short. So how do you insert borders? How do you insert borders? I know most of the time, normally select this and then go to this tab and then you say insert a border, which is also good. But we need now to know most of the advanced Excel formulas or the shortcut keys which you can use to insert it without using mouse. So you leave your cursor in your first data, click shift, click that, and then control shift page down up to that, and then click Alt H. In your keyboard, kuna mahali imeandikwa Alt H. So you click Alt H. If you click Alt H, you'll be able to see all the shortcut keys in your toolbar. So like for borders, I can see borders ni B upper. So I just need to write B. So if I write B, I get the list of option for borders. So which one do I need for all borders? So I just write A. So you can see I've already inserted my borders. So now if you know that you see nikifundisha it looks like it take more time, but if you know, you just leave the cursor and then control shift page down, Alt H, you write BA. So that one will not take you less than a minute. And then so we said we use Alt plus H. So if you click Alt H, you will be able to see all the shortcut keys. Then from there, you can select the one which you want. Now, for example, look at this one. We don't have it. They are not in percentage. So which the normal way is to select this and go to click this one to put in percentage. But if you want to put using the shortcut keys, you press, you leave the cursor in B2, then press Control Shift page down, Alt H. If you see number 9 here, or B here, B is for percentage, So if I press that, but then it has to be a big percentage, 100, but so let's press that. So if you press, but you can see we have to divide by 100. Control Z is to undo. Control Z is to undo. Control Z is to undo. Okay, sometime you realize you have some data, like this data, you have downloaded the data somewhere, but they are not the same, of the same column margin. You see, they are not of the same column margin. And in a scenario where maybe you have a large data from A almost to Z, it will take time for you using this scroll margin to make sure that it is small. So if you use this one, it will take you time because you have to minimize each and every column, which it will take time. But if you use these shortcut keys, it will be quite simple. It will be quite simple. You only need to select that entire sheet and then to press Alt H. Alt H. O is for format. If you see O here is for format. So you just press O. You just press O. Then to press O, you get all these lists. So W is for the column width. So we want to reduce our column width in such a way that it is a uniform. Column A is the same as column B, is the same as column C. So I will press W. Then so if you press W, you get this margin small box. So now you can put, you want to reduce, or you want at by which margin, like with 20, 23 or 22. So if you put 22, you can see it aqua reduced and equal the same, So even if you print Control B, you realize it is on the same margin. Then sometime you realize also some information has been hidden like this one. So utapata the rows, you are not be able to see all the rows. You are not be able to see all the rows in this case. So it will take you more time using this one to try to minimize or to expand. And also you will not get in the same size. So utapata zingine ziko, the other will be big, the other will be small. So you use the same scenario to also make sure that the row margin is the same. So you select this data and then press Alt H, Z O for format. And then now you are looking for the height width or the row height. So the row height, we use H. So if you press H, you get your row height. So now this row height, we can put it 18. If you put 18 or 20, let's put 20. So if you put 20, you can see now the row height. If you increase to 30, then you will get big one, 30, you can see. So if you try to print now, you can see it's look now more clear. So that's how to play with Alt H. So unless there is a clarification you would like to ask. So how,
you can proceed for now.
How often do you interact with the Excel?
Most of the time.
Yeah, because the best way, once you learn this, the best way is to apply it on a daily basis.
Sure.
So even for me, when I'm doing any finance job, any account job, I feel irritated if I get a lot of information, but which I'm not to be able to apply the Excel formulas, especially when it comes to the rearrangement. But if you get an information which it's well arranged, and then now Excel formulas will make your work easy. Now, we have some other shortcut keys, which is very important also. Apart from this Alt H, we have in our keyboard the F4. So that F4 is more important. Sometimes we need to lock the cell in Excel. So I know the cell in Excel. I should remove these. Now we need to lock the cell in Excel. For example, let's copy this data, or I can put. Let's reduce. I think the margin here is the height is so big. So let's reduce it to around 18. 18 was much better. Alt H 0 H 18. 18 is much better. So for example, like you want to calculate an increase of the unit. You want to calculate an increase of the unit of 10%. You want to calculate an increase of the unit 10%. Copy the format. To copy the format, if you want to apply the same format here, you can use this format painter. Using the format painter.
Yes.
So you can choose that one, format painter. You click that format painter and then apply here. So you will apply the same. You can put in percentage, you will apply the same format. Or you can use a shortcut formula called control plus Alt plus V. And then you go now the option, you have an option of, and then you go to the option of format. You go to the option of format, the option of format. So we have so many ways. For example, if I want this, let's delete this one. For example, put 10%. Then I want what I want this format, so I will put 10%. Yeah. Then I want this format, I will click Control C. Control C is to copy. Then leave the cursor here and then click Control Alt V. If you click Control Alt V, you get this special table. So special table, you can now click the format and click OK. So it will come the same, or you can choose this one. So whichever you feel, it is easier for you. So we were talking of F4. So F4, it is used to lock the cell so that your formula will not move from, for example, K7 to L7. So if you want your cell to be stationed somewhere, we use F4. So for example, we want to increase our unit by 10%. So I will say equals this multiplied by the number of, then let's say plus, or take this times plus 1. So if you say plus 1, then you will increase by 10%. Then enter. So you see, if you increase by 10%, it will come to 44. 44. And then maybe now you want to copy your formula downward. You don't need, in Excel, you don't need to repeat the formula. Once you have done with the one, you just need to double click this argont, it will copy downward. But now see what we are getting. We are getting a quite stranger's data because our formula inafaa it refer to the unit and then it refer to the percentage, which is 10%. 10%. But you realize it keep on moving. It comes from C1, C2, C3, C4. So even if you check this one, you see it is referring to C3, which should not be the case. It should refer to C1. It should refer to C1. So in that case, we now introduce F4. So F4, we need to lock. We have to see which side do we need to lock. So we need to lock C1. So you refer to your original formula or the first formula, then leave the cursor there, press F4. If you press the F4, you get $2 sign. So the $2 sign, it is used to lock entire. So it will not move up and down or left and right. It will just stationed there. So you press enter, double click the formula here. So you can see now, even if I come to this one, it is referring to the B20 and C1. B20 and C1. So you need to know how to use that function. F4 is more important. That F4. And that one, if you look at our course outline, it will cover this one, mambo na relative, absolute, and mixed reference. The dollar signs or F4 is all about the relative, absolute, and mixed reference. At the same time, it is the shortcut key, but it is a part of the reference. It's part of the reference. So that is went to lock to station in one condition. In one condition. What about if you have so many options? What about you have so many options? For example, let's see if I copy this data, Control C, paste here, Control V, and then I have so many options. For example, I have 10% here. Then I need also for 20%. I need for 20%. I also need for 30%. I also need for 30%. I also need for 30%. How will I apply this? F4 so that I can easily get whatever I want here without no. So for example, you want to increase this unit by 10%, 20%, and 30% without changing the original amount or the original unit, without changing the original unit. So I will apply the same formula. I would say equals this multiply by, open the bracket, 10% plus 1. So if you say plus 1, una increase. So the first one will come to 44. What about, so if you try to move it, to copy your formula across, you'll find that it is moving from 40 to 44 to 20 and 30, which is the percentage, it is okay. But the unit, it is not okay because we want to retain the original unit. We want to retain the original unit. So you see, we need to lock F16 to be constant. And also we need, so that if we drag our formula downward also, it will not move, it will be stationed at 10%, but if you see here, it is coming to 44, which is not correct. It is not correct. So that's why now we introduce how to lock the rows and columns, how to row the rows and columns. Now, if you want to lock the row, which means the row is this one, it will not move downward. So if you want to lock the row, the dollar sign, which in the dollar sign, dollar sign should be in the middle. This dollar sign should be in the middle. And then if you want to lock if you want to make sure that the row, this one will remain constant, and then the dollar sign, this one should start. So you should start with, you need to start with a dollar sign, start with dollar sign, for example. So I will go back to my original formula, check whatever it is in column, it is the number of units which I want to remain constant. So I will refer to F16 and make sure that this F16, I started with dollar sign. So I press that F4 until nipate dollar ikianza. So press F4, you see that one is 2, press again. That one is in the middle, press again. That one's now, it is in there. It is in the starting point. Then, so that one is okay now. That one is okay. What about the row? The row, we said, should be in the middle. So the row, which is G15, I will make sure that the dollar, it is in the middle. That is okay. So I've now referenced or locked my formula to reference the cells which I want. Now, if you want to copy the formula across, it's not a must that you use this one, double click and drag it. There is a formula, a shortcut keys, which you can use also to copy the formula across. We have control R, control plus R. That one is to copy the formula across. This one is copy the formula across. That one is to copy the formula across. We have the control D. That one is to copy the formula downward. To copy the formula in downward. Copy the formula downward. So, like for example, so I will select this G15 up to that point and then press Control R. So if I press Control R, I'll be able to copy my formula. So if I go back to this formula, you can see I'm referring to the correct reference which I wanted. Then now from there, we just need to select this and then select the entire sheet and then press Control D. So if you press Control D, you'll be able to populate other formulas in other cells. So, and if you check this, it is referring to the correct cells reference. Okay, so you have the laptop there. ama unatumia simu? So if you have the laptop and then maybe you can construct some simple data like this so that you try to see whether you are able to come up with using that dollar sign. It is the reason why I'm insisting these dollar signs throughout the entire advanced Excel courses. We will use F4. So maybe if you have a machine there and then you can share the screen, try to construct some few data and then you share. Unatumia laptop ama simu?
Laptop.
Okay, so share the screen.
Okay. I share my Excel.
Yes, share, open the Excel and share the Excel.
Okay.
So there is an option of sharing hapo kwa Zoom.
Yeah, niko hapo. So how do I?
So open your Excel first.
A blank workbook.
Yes, open your Excel. Then hapo kwa Zoom unaona mahali kuna a green color imeandikwa share.
Yes, yes.
So ukiklik hiyo share itakuonyesha zile open windows.
Hapa juu window.
Ukiklik hiyo
Okay.
share umeona kuna windows hapo kuna screen document.
Yeah.
So click kwa screen.
Okay.
That one. So
Yeah.
you don't have data, or I can share this data or copy just any data. So maybe you can type from just type any data because you just like the unit. There you can type the units, put like 10, 20. That one then is enough. Now, so in D4, so now you put the percentage, 10%, 20%.
The percentage.
Yes, put percentage 10%,
Okay.
20%, that's 30%.
Okay.
So increase now this unit by is a percentage. So the first one, you put the formula equals
Equals
10 times 10 units times the percentage, which is 10%, the first one.
that one.
Multiply by 10%.
That work.
Now, ukiandika, so we don't need to write, we have to refer to the column where there is a percentage. So we refer to D form. So click that D form.
Okay. Oh, hapa juu.
Yeah. Now, open the bracket before you click that D4. Open the bracket.
Before the multiplication sign.
Yeah. Before multiplication.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to open the bracket. Not before, after.
After D4.
Yes, after D4. After not D4, after that, still kama hiyo multiplication. Yes, and then you say plus 1. Close the bracket, enter.
Okay.
You see, so that one is that's how to increase it, to use Excel to increase. Like ungesema this time is 10% plus that one, you see, but it is the same.
Yeah.
Now, so you want now to lock the same so that if we copy the formula across, we will reference the same point. So to lock C5.
This one.
Yeah, una click hapo formula, unaona huko juu there is a formula in your toolbar there. If you click there, there is a formula. Project. Uko na any desk?
Sina. But maybe I can download.
Yes, download the any desk so that
Okay.
you must select it.
Yes.
You rejected the what do you call it?
Resend.
Oh, let me send again.
Resend.
Yeah, accept. Okay, so open Excel now. So this G5 we normally apply here. So these are the data which I've exported from my QuickBook. Not this one. Let me copy that. Your Excel has no borders or yes? So if you check this data I've exported from, tuko pamoja?
Yes.
So this data you may export from a software, a QuickBooks software. So, and you need to clean up this data. So you realize this data, we have some empty columns.
Yes.
So maybe you can leave your cursor so that I show you. So, so leave the cursor. So if you see, we have some empty columns, we have a lot of empty rows, and these are the sample of data, which are the large data. So if you want to now, you cannot be able to delete one by one by just clicking this column, right click, say delete option, you go to another one, you select this one, then right click, delete. So you find that it will be a lot of work. So what you can do is just you need to select the entire row. Once you select the entire row, you click Control G. After clicking Control G, you go to the special, select the blank, you delete the entire row. Hebu fanya hivyo. So click Control G after already tumesha select the entire row 1. Then go to special. Blanks. So you have seen they selected all the blanks columns.
Column.
Yes. So after selecting the blanks column, now press Control negative. Now delete the entire columns. So take click up for column. So the end may tour the empty columns, and then now you have your own data. So that is how to use the G5. That's how to use the G5. That's how to use the G5. So any questions up to that point?
So far.
So unajua nikipewa practice utajua the place ujaelewa.
Utadependa.
So now,
Utajaribu kuifanya.
yeah, that's all about the shortcut case formula. That is not enough. We will learn more as we continue.
Yeah.
As we continue. But now something called conditional formatting.
Okay.
So conditional formatting, most of the time tunatumia kuangalia tunataka data gani, which kind of data do we want. Like for example, in this kind of data, maybe you want to see for the, you want to see for any of the bank transfer or the check. You want to see for the bank transfer or the check. So in most cases, you realize we normally color. We normally color so that you can see. If these are transfer, I want to be in a red color. So I want to be maybe in a red color. If all are the transfer, I want to be in a red color. Or if you want to, if you are looking for the duplicates, for example, you are looking for duplicates here. We normally use conditional formatting to check for the duplicate value. We normally use the conditional formatting to check for the duplicate value. So conditional formatting, most of the time, it is used to give the colors of what do you want or what do you want to eliminate. What do you want to eliminate? For example, maybe I want to color, I want anything which is less than a 0 here, which means anything which is a negative, I want to be in a red text. So I will select this data, go to home, and then go to conditional formatting here. Then I will come here, highlight a cells which is less than a 0. So I say anything which is less than a 0, backspace this one, and anything which is less than a 0, I need to put a red text. So I will come here, click this, and then go to custom format. After custom format, I need a font, but when you come here, I need the red, and then click OK. So you see anything which is less than a 0, which are negative, will come to that one. So if I remove this negative here, it will change to black. It will not be in the red. So if I remove that negative, and that here, it will change. So which means there is a condition which it is in that column.
Well,
yes. So maybe if you are typing and then anything which you want, anything which it is negative, you put another color so that it give you as the red flag. So that's how to use the conditional formatting. That's how to use the conditional formatting. So most of the time we use to give something that we need to give a different view. And sometimes also that one is when we use when you go direct. So there's another one which we use the formula. Sometimes we use the formulas to do the conditional formatting. For example, maybe if we put, even though is data ni nyingi, but we can select this. We say it, we press Control Shift page down. We'll be able to select our entire data. Excel yako imehang ama ni on my side?
on your side.
So put borders. Hizo data, even though there are so many. Yeah, so okay, so you can leave the cursor first. Okay, so maybe we can even put, so we can choose I want to use a formula. So can we able to put all the borders? So there are so many. So maybe we can go, we use the other one. So leave the cursor. So for example, let's use borders for this one. For example, let's say if this one, we copy whatever we have it here. Just need the names. For example, let's say This is the account for this. So maybe, for example, that put it here. Let's repeat this one. Paste it here. Your Excel is not copying. So copy this data, we just hapa. So copy, you copy.
Which item? The
two, yeah, those two
hizi
items.
mbili.
Is it that is only copying two? Or you can drag it down, yeah, that one, that way. So put borders, put the borders. Okay. Now maybe we want to color, like anything which is for national, we need to color, but we need to use a conditional form, but we use a formula. So what you can do, you will have handicap accounts. Okay, copy that account and paste here in H. You'll have to accept again the session your any desk. To paste in H. Not all of them, I just need one. Click that, Control, and then click Control V. Yeah, the same. Now, with that data, we need to get what is called drop-down list. So I want a drop-down list here. So how do we normally get the drop-down list? Umeshaona ukifile return inakuambia select either local import or VAT3.
Yeah.
So how do we prepare such argon? Yeah, so that if you come here, we can have all these options. We can have all these options. So you put the cursor here, and then to go to the data, upper juu, click data. So click upper data, and then here we have, you see this option?
Yes.
This is for data validation. So this is where we can even able to get our drop-down list. So click that. This one, click this small icon here.
Data.
Yeah. So if you click this, you get this data validation. So if you come to this option, upper for setting any value, if you check this drop-down list, we still have another list, which it is this one, right? So we need to get the list.
Yeah.
So if I click list here, it will give me this option of source. So if I want source, I will go and select from A1, A2 to A up to A38, and then click OK. So if I come here, I will be able to see my even though ijatoa inafaa remove the duplicate, so hii ijatoa the duplicate. So I have, if I check here, I should have that one. So that's how to prepare the drop down list. Maybe we can remove the duplicates because hii iko na duplicates, iko na nyingi. We only need 3, but so we can remove the duplicates. So how to remove the duplicates? So for you to remove the duplicate, you click this, maybe kuanzia hapa, Control Shift page down, Control C. I paste here, Control V. And then to remove the duplicates, you also go to data, and then you remove the duplicates. This one is an option for removing the duplicates. That's an option for removing the duplicates. So I will remove the duplicates, that one. So if I remove the duplicates, these are the only accounts which I have, so I can't put here. So you can edit this. You can edit this list by going back to data, data validation, that one. So you can change these and select your new range, or you can even write. You can select your new range here, then click OK. So if I come here, I can only find the three of them, which is this one. So you can hide this that way. Now we want to use the conditional formatting so that in case if I select this, my data will be colored here. If I select another one here, my data will be colored here, or itakuwa highlighted. So how? So first, let's start with this one, account payable. So what I want, we start with the coloring only one column or one cell, and then we will go another one, which you color the entire data. So we want to color first the column or the cell, one cell. So I will leave the cursor in A2, select up to the A34, A38. So just select up to A38, you go to data, not the home, you go to home, conditional formatting, and then you say new rule. So you apply new rule. So when you go to the new rule, you want to use a formula. So I will use this one. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. So I will go to that. And then from there, put the cursor here. So if you put the cursor there, you refer to the first column or the first cells, which is A2. So I will click A2. So I want so that if I copy my formula down, itakuwa ina move. Ukiangalia, we have $2, which tumesema for us, if we have $2, it means we are locked that cells. We cannot be able to move up, right, down, left. So we are stationed in A2, but we don't want to be stationed in A2, but instead we want so that we can move from A2 to A3, A4, A5, all the way to A38, but we are not moving to B. So I hope you are getting my point. We only need so that we are moving, so that maybe use these options, easy. For illustrations, is not active. So I only need so that we are moving downward, but this formula cannot move to this column. So what I will do, I remove the dollar, the dollar in the middle, and then equate. So I will equate, I will say equals to the criteria yenye naitafuta, which is account payable. So that one, I will leave it $2 because I want to lock that one to be stationed. And then after that, you go to format. Ukiwa kwa format, you can fill now, not fill, you can go to font and check it, put it red. So if anything we see about payable, it will give us a red. It will give us a red. Click OK. Yeah, so you can see all the payable has been selected with the red. So if I select another account, National Bank, all my National Bank will be colored with the red. So if you select another one, VAT control, you will find all the VAT has been fit with the color red. Now let me delete all the conditional formatting which is here so that you can't do for me. Even this one, I will delete this one. So get for me drop down list and then ufanye hiyo conditional formatting. So utacopy account, paste hapo kwa G and then uitengeneze hiyo drop down list. So copy accounts, paste hapo kwa H, aitengeneza drop down list. Copy this data first and then remove the duplicates. Copy the entire data. So copy this entire data. Control C or use that one. Tumeona hiyo ndio naipenda. So paste in K hapo. I remove duplicates. Just you need first to select this entire column. So select this entire column hapo juu ya. Go to data. Remove duplicates, which is this one. Yeah. Good. Those are the only item which we have. Now put a drop down list here.
Okay. Just a minute.
Okay, okay.
So you've said we go to data tools.
Yes, yes, data. And then we use now this option. Then change from any value to list
For
using this table. So change this one to list instead of any value.
yeah, I've changed to list.
Then source. Put the cursor in your source. So click the source is our duplicate yenye tumetoa duplicate hapa this data. This is our source. So you select from K3 to K5, this one. So leave the cursor, put the cursor here first. Unaona and then select hizi data hapa. Hiyo itakuja backspace kwanza.
Nirudie tena.
Yeah. Usi So backspace E bado una backspace this. I click our data range, si hapo sio A2 ile yenye tulitoa duplicates. Unaona yenye tulitoa duplicates. So select hizo zote. Una drag to the formula downward. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Drag, click OK. Okay. So there is a drop down here now. So if you click that one, you can select it from your drop down. Good. So now select from A1, A2 to A38. To A38. Yeah, imefika A38 but I go to home. First scroll up kwanza. I go to home. Conditional formatting. New rule. Use a formula. Here, put the cursor here. So up and down, tuna select the first one. So A2. Haya, toa hii dollar iko katikati hapa. Put the equals hapa. Haya, refer to your hii mahali kuna drop down hapa. H3 or H2. Okay, that is it. Now format your cells. Unataka uformat aje? So you go to format. And then you can change the color. You can put bold, italic, any change you want. So maybe you can go to this option, put any color you want. And then click OK. Click OK. So what happened if we change it from payable to another account?
It changes.
Now, so we have now a scenario where you want to select you want to color the entire data. So for entire data, the procedure will remain the same, but we will select now the entire data. Hii ingine tulikuwa tumeselect hii peke yake. So the other one we will select the entire
Data.
Yes, for example, let me remove the conditions zenye ziko hapa. To remove the condition, you just go to the conditional formatting, then to clear from selected to rules. So I want now, I want to select the entire data kuanzia hapa mpaka huko chini. Go to kuna moja umeweka extra huko chini. I go to scroll up, go to home, conditional formatting, and that now you do the same, use a formula. I'll put the cursor there. Now click the first one, also the same. Click A1 hapo. Yeah. Now in this case, you don't want to lock. Which one? Remove the dollars zote. Hii ingine iko hapo katikati, remove that. Yeah, equate now to H2. Put the cursor kwanza hapo, umeequate katikati. Backspace. Just right
equals.
No, unaona lazima ikuwe na A2.
Oh yeah.
Equals. Equate now with H2. I put your format. Put that here, umeweka italic, which is okay. Color, umeweka italic, and you can change the color. So ukitaka colors iko hapa, colors. Okay. But you have to color everything. Eh? Oh, yeah. The reason why he's not coloring everything, hii ungeanza kwanza na account payables. Eh?
Okay.
So let's first delete whatever it is here. So first you need to select this data. So select here, rudia tena. Then scroll up. Go to data. Home. New rule. So program. Move this a bit. The first one. Move the dollars. Make a 22, yeah. So backspace. About what? 8. Equals. Let me quit to the other not. Okay. Go to format. Gonna in a color too, you need to color the entire. Should color the entire side. Don't know why it's not coloring. Let's start from let's see. We need to select from this part. So maybe but that is the procedure. But so you want to pick faila tuselectia tukiselekta data na pick hizo zote. It's not coloring time. Start it. So I think we'll stop there for this introduction unless kuna swali.
Maybe utanipea example.
Yes.
Can you give me some examples or assignment?
Yeah. Actually, I have an assignment to give you. So you'll give me your email
Yes.
so that I share the video and also the assignment.
Okay. So that I try.
Yes.
Okay. And then when is the next class?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Hello?
Yes, Tuesday. We meet on Tuesday next week.